Hi everyone, it's Laura here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm gonna show you how to use the small images in your stamp sets to create a fun shaker card. To start off, I will be creating the background for my shaker. I have here some Fabriano Bristol Smooth cardstock, which is very similar to Bristol Smooth cardstock by Strathmore, and I am doing some ink blending with Distress Oxides. I am using Mermaid Lagoon, Peacock Feathers and Cracked Pistachio, and at this stage I am trying to keep a light hand because I will be using a stencil later on, and I want to keep this layer as light as I can. The color combination I am using today is inspired by many of the beautiful cards that my friend Kaya from Kaichia Craft creates, and I really love the contrast that I got between the blues and the greens on my background and the pops of red and pink on my images. At this point I am using the Sade Stencil by Create a Smile Stamps to add some texture to my background. So I taped the stencil to my background using some washi tape, and I am using the same Distress Oxide that I used before to intensify the colors in the corresponding areas. And once I am satisfied with the intensity of the background, I can remove the stencil to reveal this fun pattern. And for even more interest, I am spritzing my background with some water from a spray bottle. I will let the water sit on the paper for a few seconds and then I will dry it off using a paper towel. I then moved on and started working on my images. These are from the Create a Smile Stamps Bear Mail stamp set, and I have to say that this cute bear totally stole my heart the moment I laid eyes on it. And so I was really excited to finally use it on a card. I stamped the images on some Nina Solar White cardstock using Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and now I am coloring them with my Spectrum Noir markers. I am adding the shadows as if my light source is on the top right of the screen, so that the shadows are mostly focused on the bottom left areas of the images. And while I go ahead with the coloring, I wanted to let you know that I created this card for the Create a Smile Stamps challenge that's running on the Create a Smile Stamps blog. This is a bi-weekly challenge and you can play along by creating new projects using Create a Smile Stamps products as the focal point, and you can then enter those projects for your chance to win a €25 gift certificate to the Create a Smile Stamps store. So if you are interested and would like to join, you will find all the info on my blog, which will be linked in the description box down below. I will now leave you with some music to enjoy the rest of the coloring, and I will catch you guys when it's time to put the card together. As a last step, I colored these love letters and I stamped a bunch of them. Actually, this image comes in 2 sizes in the Bear Mail stamp set, and I stamped quite a number of both sizes because this in the end will be the elements in my shaker. I added some white gel pen details and then I went ahead and fussy cut them all with my scissors, as there are no coordinating dies for this stamp set. If you have a scan and cut machine, this will surely help and make this process faster, but honestly these shapes are so simple that it was pretty easy and quick to cut them all, and I think they make for some really fun shaker elements. For my shaker front, I used 2 dies by Studio Katia. The scalloped rectangle is from the Dotted Patterns Scallop Frames creative die set, and the circle is from the Dotted Balloons die set. I used some washi tape to secure my dies in place over the white cardstock, and then I ran everything through my die cutting machine. And I'm showing you this part of the card making process in detail because you will see in a few moments I unfortunately tore some of the paper off while trying to remove the washi tape here on the bottom of the card. But because I didn't want to waste this paper, I will see if I manage to fix it, and I will try to use the Tombow mono eraser to see if I can smooth out the paper. And it did help a little bit, but the damage to the paper was still visible, so I decided for now to move on and to fix this mistake later in a different way. I started assembling my shaker, and I am measuring the shaker background against the front panel so that I know how much to trim off before I can go ahead and adhere this panel to my card base. And the card base measures a standard 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. I then backed my shaker front with some acetate using some tape runner by Tonic Studios, and then I backed the entire panel with foam tape. This is 3M Scotch foam tape. And I coated the entire area behind my shaker front so that the panel would be nice and supported, and also so that I would confine the shaker elements to shake only in the window area and not behind the whole card front. Before adhering the shaker front to my card base, I added all my shaker elements, checking that I had enough to fill the space nicely. And once I was satisfied with the amount of shaker elements I had, I went ahead, I removed the backing of the foam tape and adhered the shaker front to my card base. For my sentiment, I picked this label from that same Bear Mail stamp set, and I chose this particular one for 2 reasons. On the one hand, I liked the boldness of it when inked with VersaFine Onyx Black ink, and on the other hand, it was the perfect size to hide that part of my card front that I had torn with washi tape, so this was totally a win-win situation. And to accent this label even more, I decided to heat emboss it with clear embossing powder. I am now using my heat gun to set the embossing powder, and then I will fussy cut this label using my scissors. And at this point I had everything ready, so I could go ahead and start adhering everything to my card front. I glued the sentiment to the bottom of my card using my tape runner, and then I also thought it would be really cute to have the little bird standing on the label. So because this is such a small image, I used my Quickie Glue pen and my tweezers to help me position it where I wanted it. The bear and the post box will go on the shaker window, and there I was quickly coloring in the grass under my post box with my CG3 marker because I had forgotten to do it before. And I also added one of the small letters that didn't make it into my shaker to the ground, and I tucked it behind the bear, and I think that this is a very cute detail. To add even more interest to the card front, I adhered some of the letters that I had laying on my desk in different positions and in different orientations all over the card front. And as a very final touch, I added some Nuvo drops in Morning Dew to the hearts on the letters and on the post box. And this finished off my card. And that's it for today. If you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments below, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. You can visit my blog for the full list of supplies and I'll catch you guys soon with the next one. Ciao!